What's up, guys? So finally I got another UFC video here. It's gonna be on the UFC Fight Night card, Dos Anjos versus Ferguson, and yeah, it's gonna be in Mexico City. It's been a while since there's been a UFC event. Feels like a month, could be like 3 weeks, but yeah, it's been a long while. So yeah, good to be back. Unfortunately, been busy with work and whatnot, so I didn't have time to really study all the fights. So this video is going to be just quick picks, so don't take them take them lightly, take picks lightly. So yeah, anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and give you guys my picks. So let's start with the first fight, Barzola against Chris Avila. And yeah, it's a pretty easy pick. I'm going to go ahead and take Barzola. Yeah, Avila looked pretty horrible in his fight against Artem Lobov, who is equally not as good. Well, Lobov really just beat him up the whole time, and Avila, training with Diaz-Buzz, I would think he would have, or he'd look a lot better. But yeah, he looked pretty bad there. Could have been just like UFC jitters, or the trash talk or something like that. But I just think Barzola here is for sure the superior fighter. Has good striking. Really was more well known for his good wrestling ability, where he just takes people down and stuff like that. He just kind of holds them down, beat them up from the top. But in his last fight, really showcased his striking skills. So yeah, this guy's improving. And like I said, Avila hasn't really looked too good. Barzola's actually coming off a loss, but a lot of people thought he got robbed against I think the guy he fought was Kyle Bochniak. And I remember I picked Bochniak, but when I was watching it, I was like, oh fuck, like Bochniak's gonna lose, but he ended up winning. So I was like, all right, I'll take that, I'll take that win. But yeah, deep down, I knew Barzola won the fight. So, anyways, yeah, I'm picking Barzola to win this fight. And yeah, I say Barzola by decision. Next fight. All right, I know a little bit about Reyes. So we got Marco Polo Reyes against Jason Novelli. I know Novelli got knocked out. I think it was first or second round in his last fight against David Tamer, I believe, who's a good striker, lots of power. Now Novelli here is fighting against another striker who has good power, but he's a bit sloppier than Tamer. But yeah, I'm still gonna have to take Reyes here, guys. Reyes is very aggressive. Novelli is a technical fighter, but man, this guy's like 38 years old or some shit like that. I mean, he could just really pick apart Reyes the whole fight, but I think Reyes' aggressiveness and him fighting in Mexico is going to give him the edge here, and I think he's going to be able to get this win. So I'm going to take Polo Reyes here to win by second round knockout. Next fight, we got Sam Alvey against Alex Nicholson. So this is the feature fight right here on the prelims, the Fight Pass prelims. Yeah, Alvey always been looking pretty good lately. I want to say he won his last fight. I think his last fight was against Kevin Casey. Nicholson here also won his last fight against one of those. I think he against one of those guys that they bring from that show or whatever, from the Dana White show, I think it was. Anyways, Nicholson was able to knock him out. I think it was at the end of the first round or something like that. Anyways, yeah, Nicholson's coming off a win. So is Alvey. Nicholson, tons of power. It's pretty big for the weight class. Alvey also has a lot of power. Good wrestler, but not really like a wrestler, But he uses his wrestling to pretty much keep the fight on the feet. But he mostly just likes to stay on the feet and just bang it out. Against Nicholson, this could be a problem because Nicholson has a lot of power. So it's all gonna be about who has the sharper striking, and to be honest, I want to say they're both very equal on their technical side of their striking. I want to say Nicholson here is gonna have the edge. I remember really liking this guy for his striking and power. So here's Alvey's fight list. Yeah, I don't really want to study the fights while I'm making the video, so. I'm just giving you guys another quick overview, a quick overview here. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and go with the underdog, guys. I'm taking Alex Nicholson. This could backfire on me, but whatever. I'm taking Nicholson here, guys, and I think he's gonna probably get a. I want to say he's gonna get a knockout, guys. This guy's knocking everybody out. Yeah, I'll take Nicholson to win by third round knockout. So that's my pick. Next fight, we got Henry Briones against Douglas Silva de Andrade. Don't know too much about these guys, but from what I've seen, Douglas is coming off a long layoff, but has tons of power. His last fight was a win against Cody Gibson. Henry Briones, his last fight was against Cody Garbrandt, where he got starched. I think he got knocked out or something like that in the third round or something like that. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just take Douglas Silva, de Andrade. First of all, his record looks very pretty, 23-1. Yeah, he looks, he's big for the weight class, I would say. Looks pretty shredded. Has a lot of power, like I said. The striking here, I want to say Silva's gonna have the striking advantage. And as far as takedowns, both these guys not known for takedowns, so the fight's gonna stay on the feet. It's gonna be a fun fight. Should be a nice, kind of like a nice brawl, but also a little bit technical. But yeah, I'm gonna take Silva just because of the power, and I'll take Silva de Andrade to win by, I'm gonna say, third round knockout. Moving on, Eric Montano against Max Griffin. Yeah, I don't know too much about. Well, I heard of these guys, but I haven't watched any of their fights recently. I want to say Montano fought very recently, though. I forgot if he won or lost. Let me check this real quick, guys, just to give you guys just a little bit of info here. Oh yeah, he lost against Randy Brown. That's right. Yeah. And Max Griffin, I think he also lost. Yeah, it was Colby. Yeah, Colby Covington. So yeah, Griffin's known. Sorry about that, guys. So Griffin's known for having good power in his hands, very explosive, fast. Montano has some good submissions. I want to say his stand-up looked good in that fight against Randy Brown, but I'm kind of not too sure. But yeah, he did have the more significant strikes landed. But yeah, overall, I think the fight's gonna stay on the feet. And Montano does have some takedowns, so maybe he could win this fight, guys, and he could take Griffin down. So kind of go either way. Depends who puts out their game plan better. But I'm gonna go ahead and take the knockout artist. I'm gonna take Max Griffin, and I think he's gonna get a let's go ahead and say second round knockout. Moving on, Beltran against Joe Soto. Beltran's last fight. Let me look that up real quick. Joe Soto, I think, is coming off a win. Also, Joe Soto's coming in on 5 days notice, so that's a big advantage for Beltran, especially fighting at altitude in Mexico. Yeah, as you can see, actually Beltran's on a 3-fight win streak. That's pretty nice. Yeah, he ended up getting a second round submission against Reginaldo Vieira. So Beltran here is on the upside right now, whereas Joe Soto hasn't looked super good, but finally got a UFC win against Chris Beal. Yeah, Joe Soto's in a tough spot here. Joe Soto's, from kind of like near my area, so over there in California and whatnot, Central Cali, and I kind of want to go with Joe Soto just on that, but got to be smart on my picks here. And yeah, Beltran here having the advantage, acclimating in Mexico, living in Mexico already, having good striking of his own. Yeah, I think he's gonna be able to get this done, guys. Joe Soto's taking this fight on way too short of a notice, and if it wasn't short notice, I'd be on Joe Soto all day. But since it is, I'll take Beltran to win by decision. Next fight, we got Perez against Felipe Arantes. Don't know too much about Arantes, but seems to be a pretty good fighter though. Seems to have good striking, but also has that jiu-jitsu. Just check out his recent fights. Strong kicks, fast hands, athletic. Last fight was against Gerard Sanders, won second round submission against Yves Jardine, first round submission. As you can see, he loses to higher level competition like Andre Fili, Kevin Souza, who's a good striker. You're Cantra. So this guy loses to the top level fighters. So So yeah, if you're losing to top level fighters, you're never gonna make it to the top. So I think Erik Perez here should be able to get this win here, guys. This guy's a good grappler. Striking obviously is improving, but really likes just taking people down, beating you up. Could even work for submission. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take Erik Perez here, and I think it's gonna be a decision win. So Perez by decision. All right, next fight we got the main card here. Alex Grasso making her UFC debut, coming from Invicta, undefeated fighter, against Heather Jo Clark, very durable. Yeah, easy pick here, guys. I'm going with Alexa Grasso. Just the better fighter, I would say, for sure. Good boxer, good striking, good footwork, has some good kicks also. Pretty sure she has, I want to say she has submission wins, but according to this, she doesn't have any submission wins. Let's just look at this page really quick. But yeah, I know her main strong suit would be her striking. She has a BJJ blue belt, but on the ground it doesn't seem like like she's really super weak on the ground or anything like that. Like, pretty much I want to say she's a well-rounded fighter. So yeah, anyways, her strong suit is striking. Jo Clark, not too good of a striker. Her takedowns aren't too good. I think Grasso keeps it on the feet, just lights her up on the feet all day. I think Grasso's gonna beat this I think Grasso's gonna win this 30-27 all day. Just probably gonna be beating up Jo Clark the whole time. You never know, she could get a late finish. But yeah, I think Grasso dominates, and I think Grasso wins by decision. Alright, next fight, beneil dariush against Rashid Magomedov. Let's go ahead and check out some info on Magomedov, because I've heard of his name. I know he's kind of like a good striker. All these Russian guys, obviously good wrestling background, so he's gonna have good takedown defense. You could already see that in his stats. Counter striker, pressure fighter, and takedown defense. Yeah, see. So pretty much what I was thinking. According to this, he's undefeated in the UFC. You guys can see right there. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Anyways, his last fight was against Gilbert Burns, who was an okay fighter, good jiu-jitsu, striking's okay, and yeah, he was able to smoke him easily. Against Salverio, he was able to TKO him in the 3rd round. Rodrigo Dam, Tony Martin. Now he's really stepping up, in competition here against beneil dariush. But the matchup here is, it favors Rashid Magomedov, because Magomedov has the better striking, has excellent takedown defense to keep the fight on the feet, whereas Dariush really likes his ground game. His striking's always improving. He was at Kings MMA. I think he's not anymore. Him and Los Anjos are in a separate camp now, I guess. They went together, and I don't know if they made their own camp or it's Los Anjos camp. Anyways, yeah, they're not with Kings MMA anymore, but Dariush, has some good striking, some good multi-striking, but I think Rashid Magomedov has the power, and like I said, he's a good counter striker, good takedown defense, and overall, I think Rashid here, I think his striking will be the difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and get on this Russian guy, and yeah, I think Magomedov here should be able to win the fight. I don't think it's gonna be a finish. I think Dariush is pretty tough. I mean, if it is a finish, it'll probably have to be like a late finish, but I'm gonna go ahead and say Magomedov by decision. Moving on along, guys, we got Martin Bravo against Claudio Puelles. Yeah, I've never heard of both these guys at all. So this is from like I guess the tough Latin show or whatever. Yeah, I don't know much about all of these guys, so this is gonna be pretty much just kind of almost like a random pick here, guys. I don't know too much about these guys. At least some of these guys I've heard about them. I've seen them fight. I studied them before, but these guys, they're brand new here for me. So, anyways, this guy has 4 first-round finishes, BJJ blue belt, wrestling and boxing. That's weird. So he's Mexican, but apparently he has some sort of wrestling background. Grappling intelligence. This guy's only 20 years old. Started training Muay Thai in 2009. He's very young, so this guy is obviously still has tons of potential. Purple belt in luta libre. Left round kick, So this guy obviously has a good left round kick. But anyways, guys, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and take. I'm gonna go ahead and take. Yeah, this is a hard pick, guys. It's kind of random. So, yeah, quick pick. I'm taking Claudio here to win this fight. It'll probably end in a finish because both these guys are new to the UFC, and you know they're gonna want to put on a show. I'll take Claudio here to win by a third round submission, but like I said, don't know too much about those guys. Anyways, Ricardo Lamas against Charles Oliveira. Now, you know, I do know about these guys. You know, these guys I've watched them fight multiple times. So we got Lamas here, who's a well-rounded fighter, good wrestling, good ground and pound, good striking also. Oliveira, good jiu-jitsu, has also good multi-striking himself. You know, he's long and rangy for the division, big 145er, but you know he did miss weight. So he's coming in at pretty much 10 pounds overweight here, guys, against Lamas. So Lamas is going to be the smaller fighter, or, you know, yeah, he's going to be the smaller fighter pretty much. Let's just say that. Because Oliveira is going to be having the 10-pound advantage right off the bat. So Oliveira is going to be the bigger fighter. And, you know, this could work out, you know, in his favor, or, you know, it could really mess him up. Maybe, you know, he'll gas sooner, but, you know, he'll be a lot stronger in that first round. But yeah, guys, for me, let's go ahead and just check the odds here on this one. We got Oliveira's it's a pick'em. So it's a pick'em here, guys, and you know Lamas has shown that he's just, you know, the better fighter. I want to say Oliveira's a good fighter. You know, he fought a good fight against Anthony Perez. Oliveira's always dangerous with his ground game, but I think Lamas here is good enough on the ground to keep himself out of trouble. So I'm going to go ahead and take Ricardo Lamas here, guys, to win this fight. I don't know if I see a finish here. Maybe it could be a third round TKO. Maybe Lamas is gonna want to make a statement for Alvey racing that weight by that much. You know what? Let's go ahead and say Lamas third round TKO. Let's go with that. Next fight, we got Diego Sanchez against Marcin Held. Held's from Bellator, making his UFC debut against Diego Sanchez, who, you know, has his ups and downs, mostly downs, but whatever, you know, he comes to fight, and yeah, we like that about Diego Sanchez. So Diego Sanchez coming off a knockout loss to Joe Lozon, so you can see people are very high on Held already, even though he's, you know, from Bellator and hasn't fought in the UFC. Yeah, this could be a hard fight for Held because Sanchez, you know, isn't easy to take down. And Held's his strong point is these heel hook, or, you know, ankle locks type of submissions, heel hook pretty much. Let's go ahead and just check this out because let's go ahead and get this right first of all. Okay, leg locks, yeah, whatever. This guy attacks the legs. Yeah, wow, look at that. That's pretty impressive though. This guy's, let's just say he's really good on the ground, guys. Super good on the ground. Sanchez, good grappler himself, obviously not at the level of Held here, but you know, he's a good grappler also. If stays on the feet, you know, I don't know too much at all about Held striking. I want to say it was okay. Sanchez also not a super good striker, obviously likes to brawl. So yeah, this is a tough one, and you know, I'm gonna have to go ahead and just take yeah, this is a tough one because we've not seen Held in the UFC from what I know. So yeah, let's go ahead and just take man, guys, I'm pretty torn on this, man. I don't know who to pick. So yeah, Sanchez or Held. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm taking too long on this. Sorry about that. Like I said, didn't really study these fights. Kind of just going, you know, fight to fight here. Everybody's not going on Held. I guess I could pick Held here, but Sanchez, you know, could pull it off. You know what? Let's go ahead and go with Diego Sanchez, guys. You know, this guy could pull it off. Seems motivated in this fight. Seems like he had good weight cut. I'm taking Diego Sanchez to win by decision. Alright, finally, moving on now here, guys, to the main event. We got those Anjos against Ferguson. So, obviously, high-level lightweights. Both really good fighters. Ferguson's on the hot streak. Dos Anjos just lost his belt to Eddie Alvarez. Wants that shit back. Dos Anjos, super complete fighter. Super good grappling. Really good striking. His wrestling's also good. Overall, he's good everywhere. You know, it's hard to beat this guy. You know, Alvarez was able to beat him by catching him with a clean shot. Ferguson has some knockouts in his record. But in his last fight, here, now this guy could be just a straight beast, right? And he is. But Lando Venata, this guy's pretty much unknown, and he comes in here and he puts up a really good fight against Ferguson. And a lot of people were like, "Oh fuck, you know, Ferguson's getting his ass whooped," you know. So, you know, it's kind of weird how, you know, Ferguson, you know, just doesn't completely destroy Venata. You know, Venata looks super good in that fight. Here's Landon Venata here, the guy that fought Ferguson. Yeah, this guy looked super impressive, man. This guy's, you know, yeah, he's pretty underrated, man. This guy's pretty good. I want to say he has like a McGregor style in a way. You guys just have to watch him fight. Anyways, that guy looked really good against Ferguson. Ferguson did finish him in the second round, but I mean, on the feet, looked like he was kind of getting beat up on the feet, man. So, Dos Anjos has good striking, but I mean, his last fight he got caught, so you never know. Ferguson might catch him with something clean, might be able to finish him. But you know what? I'm gonna have to go ahead and stick with Dos Anjos here, guys. I just think he's just too good of a fighter, too versatile. I think the fight's gonna stay on the feet, but I think Dos Anjos also will mix up if needed. But man, Ferguson. I almost want to really pick Ferguson here, guys. I mean, Ferguson does have. I want to say he comes from the better wrestling background. I think he does. So what if Ferguson tries to employ wrestling? But the thing is, Dos Anjos has the ground game. So, you know, on the feet, I think it's going to be all about the striking. Dos Anjos, you know, getting knocked out recently, you know, kind of scares me. But then again, at the same time, Ferguson, like I said, didn't look too good against a guy that he was expected to pretty much smoke in the first round, and he actually ended up getting beat up, you know, before, you know, he ended up winning in that second round. So yeah, I mean, this is a close fight. The odds indicate that I think Dos Anjos is the favorite. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and take Dos Anjos, guys. Stick with my main pick. Take Dos Anjos to win this fight, and damn, it's hard to see this fight going all 5 rounds. Who knows? It could be maybe like a late finish. You know what? Let's go ahead and just say it, guys. Dos Anjos by decision. Alright, guys, so that's going to be it for my picks. Like I said, this is a quick picks video. Didn't really super break down the fights like I usually want to do. I usually do this video in 3 different parts. A Fight Pass video of FS1 prelims and an FS1 main card. Or whatever, just, you know, the whole main card. Usually do 3 videos. This is going to be all in one video, obviously, because like I said, don't have too much time to upload this. I'm going to upload this late already anyway. Yeah, this is just quick picks, guys. Like I said, don't take them too you know, don't you know, take them with a grain of salt, pretty much, you know. Anyways, yeah, I'll be sure to study for the UFC 205 card. Hopefully, I mean, I'm gonna be busy with work and whatnot, but I'm gonna be trying to study a lot to give you guys some good picks and do some analysis and whatnot. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for this quick picks video. Sorry if it was a little bit long, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, I'm back on this UFC shit. You know, back on making these videos. I'm also gonna be doing other videos, of course. But yeah, stay tuned, guys, and catch you guys on the next one.